Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. This is not a daily trade recap or anything. It's just I'm trying to share my sorrows with you guys because the market just colossally fucked with me yesterday and I just want to share how that happened and how it played out. So starting off, the pair was GU and these are the key levels I usually mark out, which is Asia Open, London Open, New York Open and Asia, New York close. So looking at the chart, you can clearly see that during Asian session, it was just a accumulation, and during London, it was a manipulation. So the New York session, I figured that it's going to be a distribution or at least a retracement to equilibrium. This is the level which I've marked, which is the equilibrium, which is 0.5. And my assumption was that the trade is going to come here at least. The price is going to come here at least. So I'll be able to find a trade which will match the criteria to trade till that point. And it did happen. So what happened a little into New York session is that price started reversing well and it created a fair value gap and the price started rebounding from the fair value gap. I went deeper into the lower time frames, started observing the price in 5 minutes. So I found this fair value gap in 5 minutes, which I wanted to enter, and that's exactly what I did. I entered this fair value gap. My risk was somewhere, I think here, for some 1 is to 5 or something. Yeah, 1 is to 6, 5. So what happened is that the price, yeah, took my fair value gap. It started reversing, and now I went deeper into the picture. What I do is that I usually observe 0.72. I follow this theory from I don't know, but there's a trader called TJR. So he has this confluence where if the price closes above or below 0.79 extension, so it means that the price is going to continue further in that direction. So I usually observe the price closes below or above that when I'm in a particular trade to confirm my bias or to just get out of the trade. And yeah, I entered my so once I entered with my first lot over here, I had a risk of $450, and the price rebounded a little bit and again came back to the 0.7 level. Since I had good conviction for the trade, what I did is that I compounded on the risk, keeping my stop loss here and my target as the original one. And for this trade, I went with $200 of risk. So overall, I'm at a risk of $650 as of now. And after taking this, the price was doing good. It reversed well from that point. And yeah, this is where I started to observe even deeper into the trade because one of the systems I used to trade is that I used to enter in the 0.7 and close at the 0.3. And this is a very high probability setup, but it's a very less risk to reward. And if you start messing up in the system, it's going to hit you harder than other systems because taking a 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3, and while taking a 1 is to 2 or 1 is to 3, even if you take bunch of stop losses, you'll be put back to break even quicker. But taking 1 is to 1 and taking a bunch of stop losses and again getting 1 is to 1, it's not going to really make much of a difference. Yeah, that's the reason I stopped using that and I just use it for trade confluences, trade confirmation, exit, and all of that. So I entered this because of 0.7 and there is this order block right here. So it did play out well from that point. But after a point, it started reversing here. So this created a market structure shift in lower time frame. Still the higher time frame is a little solid. So what I was thinking is that, look, anyways, if the price is moving higher, I since when this trade hit the 0.3 level, I moved my stop losses to this low. And one of the trade, the one with the lower lot size, is already risk free as of now, and the other one is at around $300 of risk. And when this started playing out, I was like, this is the last line of defense. This particular candle seemed like the last line of defense for this play. And if the price is going to close below this candle, it's a short confirmation. It could be said that a short confirmation that it's going to take my stop loss. So what I did is that, let me move my stop here. I moved this one here too, which was in a small profit of some $60 or something. So one of the stop loss at a profit, one of it is at a little loss. So overall, if it takes my stop loss, I'm going to lose around $140 or something. And what happened after is pretty heartbreaking. So it took out just right there. It took my stops. It just took this level and it started shooting up. It started going bonkers after that. Like, how in the world can it take this and not this together? So I was just like, after this, I was just watching the price shoot up. Thankfully, I didn't enter, do some messed up shit that could have led me into more trouble. It just started shooting up and eventually, like, it took to take profit. Yes, right there. And yep, this was a bummer. This was an absolute bummer. You know what's more hurtful than a stop loss? A stop loss and then the trade going towards your take profit. Man, that hurts. And there is no lesson to be learned out of this. It's just basic trade management I always do. I've saved a lot of money by doing that too. And overall, this week has been pretty bad. I'll be putting up a daily review tomorrow and I'll be explaining what went through the last 3 4 days. The week started off really well, as you can see from the previous video, and it didn't go how it started. It actually went much worse. If you want to see in trading terms, the starting of the week was just a manipulation. Right after that, it was a complete distribution from equity curve. So yeah, I'm back at ground zero. I have to get back the 8% again. So let's not lose the psychology and head back to it and get it back again. But this was just a bummer. I'm just sharing how markets can screw you, regardless of how much ever good of a bias or trade management you do. And that is it. So if you find something useful out of this video, just hit a subscribe, give me a, and if you want something more to understand or learn, just comment it below. If I can, I'll try to put it out. Okay, thank you.